Hello and welcome.
Hello and welcome. Let's just put that in and just so that people can see what happened. Yeah.
Subscribe, commiserate,
Yeah.
join the conversation.
Yeah, so not a good start.
Very, very bad start from the
Just
Springboks,
the game, yeah.
but a great start for the All Blacks.
Yes, but they just knew. It's a good thing that didn't happen again. So yeah, like start, you could clearly see Kane and Moody, yes, so far out of his channel. Obviously the rush defence, we know it's the plan.
Yeah.
Tackling basically.
But it's an error from Billy as well.
Yeah, he should have waited for him to gather the ball,
Yes.
and then tackle him.
That's not a tackle. That's you're just taking yourself out of the.
Or even if you dive on him or whatever.
Yeah.
But what he did was like nothing.
But it was smart from the All Blacks.
Yeah, no, very smart. It's always,
And it was pinpoint kicking from Bowden Barrett.
pinpoint kick by Narawa. He went off just after that.
Yeah.
Basically,
I wonder
threw
what
a
happened,
huge
'cause-
dummy to Colby. Colby fell for it, and
Yeah.
then he just ran through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I couldn't see what happened there.
So from the start, it was just like, it actually felt like that 2013 game at Eden Park.
I thought if we could just get into our rhythm, it would have been okay.
They did disrupt us very well at the rucks.
Yeah.
Like,
I thought a few of the 50-50 stuff went their way in the beginning, where it was. He actually had a very good game, the referee. I thought he was.
I think it was
very,
fine.
very consistent both ways and stuff. But I just thought one or two things. They just had the momentum in general in the beginning of the game.
But like in terms of like every single ruck, they like put us under pressure when it was our ball.
Yeah.
And I feel like we didn't adapt to that. Like we didn't
Yeah.
try take out the ball quickly. We still just waited. We just waited for people to get into position. I don't know what the scrum halves would like.
Yeah.
And because I'm saying scrum halves because it wasn't just Grant Williams, it was also Reinach when he came on. You know, so they did well with that. They were aggressive. They were physical on our ruck ball.
There's something weird about the running lines.
Yes.
About players ending up in front of other players and like sort of it's not clear who's going to receive the ball, the deep line or the flat line.
But it's been happening all season.
Yeah, and
season.
Those two ball runners are too close together, and when someone does get the ball, I even saw it in the Sharks in the Currie Cup. But obviously this is more about the Springboks. When a player eventually gets the ball, he sort of ends up in front of the other player, and at one stage the commentator said that's 5 obstructions now in the game. Obviously Pieter-Steph du Toit looking over his shoulder and then changing his line at the kick, and a few others, but generally just a complete lack of fluency in attack.
Extremely. Like I said to you, when Kwagga scored that first try, I said it's because he didn't have to pass the ball. It felt like every time we had to pass the ball, it was like just weird. It was like disjointed and static and weird.
It looks like a team without a game plan, and I think it's because either the game plan that is not flowing yet, whatever the plan is, whatever the style of rugby is. Obviously, kicking up and unders in the wide channel is still a big thing, but when the ball is actually in hand, it looks as if the players don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
And we had more than enough opportunities to win. The Springboks lost by 7 points. We had a chance to score a try before the end of the first half and at the beginning of the second half.
Malcolm Marx didn't know whether he must throw the ball in.
That's at least 10 points.
Yeah, and Oxenchair getting held up. Like, can we talk about that? Like, I don't understand how often do we get held up by New Zealand?
Yeah.
Like, why are we up in the air? Just go straight to ground.
It's just a lack of patience.
Yeah.
It's just a eagerness to get over the line. It's just you have to bide your time. You can't just go gung ho and get the 5 meter scrum. You've got to bide your time. You've got to look for the right kind of opening, whether it is in the forwards or whether it's in the backs, and you need a clear run in. Or like Beth went against Australia, where we reached out with his hands, but you can't get held up.
Yeah.
If you do that, it's either going to be a knock on or a 5-meter scrum or something. But you can't get held up like that.
Yeah, and the chances were so few and far between.
That was desperation. We sort of just wanted to get ourselves over the line in any way.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a weird game.
Look,
we made a lot of the play.
But let's give some credit. The All Blacks did defend well.
No, they defended extremely well. Yeah, and they scored the first 2 tries. They just took their opportunities so well.
Yeah.
By Narawa and by Jordan, and we only scored our first try in the 61st minute. And we missed a kick. If Pollard made that kick, I thought maybe there would have been a little bit of scoreboard pressure, just like sort of we're getting ourselves into the game, or a little bit of confidence on our side. It looks like a team that's just lacking something. I've got absolutely no worries about who he picked, man for man. Khaleesi really tried hard. He was very good on defence. Marco van Staden actually had a really good game. I thought we need to steal a few more balls. Marx needs to come to the party. I think he stole one.
Marx had not his best game in terms of lineouts. How many lineouts did we win and lose?
Breaks his confidence as well. When he is standing there, getting ready to throw the ball, I'm like, this guy's not going to find his jumper. If you look at him, he's like, he's not going to find. What's he doing? And how much does he practice that? He just has no belief in himself when it comes to finding his jumpers.
Did you feel like
these little loopy throws and stuff?
But did you feel like the gap was like really, like lack of gap?
Yeah, maybe. But I mean, it's been like that for long. Where it's
the whole year.
His Achilles heel.
And one or two of them, it looked like
it
was like their throw-in. It was so fluid to them.
No.
That I for a moment I was like, was that our ball? Whose ball was that now?
We need to get Victor Matfield in and like sort out the lineouts.
Yeah.
Something needs to happen there.
Because this was never a problem before.
No.
Although we have had seasons with Marks where we're like, sheesh.
Everyone loses a lineout, but not 4 or 5 a game.
Yeah, where it's like, I don't know, it's like a complete gamble.
You generally win your own lineout. Yeah. Teams.
Let me throw this.
Guys, just don't trip over this stuff, alright?
Yes.
Guys have tripped over our equipment before this video.
He's a little bit clumsy, but he is a...
Like a decent start. Yeah, where they don't just... Have the cake.
Not at least. Guys, you moron.
No.
You're like an imbecile.
That's going to break it, man.
It's
a big hairy dog.
Yeah.
Okay, so big moments. End of the first half, 14-3. A brilliant 50-22 by Andre Pollard.
Yeah.
We have a line out 10 meters, not even, 8 meters out, and New Zealand get a free kick because Marx never actually threw the ball in. It's unforgivable.
Yeah.
And
so many, like we said it, and it's been in the news, like the opportunities that we just didn't take.
So say that was 14-10, okay, or 14-8, whatever. Beginning of the second half, a defensive line out by New Zealand, by the All Blacks, and then we managed to steal the ball off them. We're a couple of meters out, picking and going, we get held up.
Yeah.
If we score there, it's at least worst case scenario 13-14. Game on, absolutely in the game. Then we have all the ball. As soon as it looks as if we're building momentum, we stuff it up and we eventually lose the ball, and we still only lose by 7 points. And we had a great opportunity to draw the game.
But don't you think it's like the score
we had the
flatters
ball?
us a
We had
little
the
bit?
ball 5 meters out. No, I don't think so.
Is it?
No. We made most of the play.
I hear you. It's just I felt like it was such an error-ridden performance. It wasn't like years gone by where we like.
I think it's because we're Springbok fans that you expect something else. But yes, no, we
This is what I'm worried about.
We had the ball for long periods of the time in their half, and normally in rugby,
crazy.
The team who has the ball for the longest time in the opposition half wins the game.
Well, actually, these days we see it's not. So it's
not
more
necessarily,
but
that's like your rule of thumb is territory and possession.
Yeah.
This is ruining the video. Because
what must I do?
Your focus is not on anything of video like.
I know, but what must I do with this friggin' monster? I think it's entertaining.
Okay, good, but I think it's annoying as well.
It is very annoying. No one is more annoyed than me having to.
I don't know.
Look, so let's talk about what the All Blacks did well. I think the All Blacks defended well. They took their opportunities every time. Every time they had a sniff. I mean, like late in the second half when they scored that try, they had been actually
only scored the 3 tries. They scored the 2 quick tries. And then a third in the 66th minute after Mark scored, which was too soon after Mark scored. It was just as we got ourselves back in the game, and that sort of buried the game. Yeah. But it could very easily have been a draw, this game.
It could have been, but that's what upsets me, is we're fighting back for a draw, you know? And we're like, oh, maybe we can draw the game. Like, no, we want to win the game. Like, what? Yeah. Like, why were we there? Like, why aren't we? We're not scoring tries. So let's pop over drop goals. Just find a way. You know, it felt like we couldn't find a way to get through. You know. Yeah. Or to get on the board.
Definitely not enough precision on attack.
Not at all. And converse, All Blacks extremely precise.
Yeah, yes and no. You say, in one way, you say we weren't in the game and this and that. We lost by 7 points in New Zealand.
Yeah, but generally
the scoreline flatters us. I mean, the scoreline flatters them. If we scored end of the first half, beginning of the second half, we probably would have won the game fairly easily in the end.
Yeah, but
so I thought the amount of territory and possession, I don't know what the territory and possession stats are.
I think they're actually very much in our favour. Yeah,
but I think if you look at that, I think they weren't great either.
Yeah,
I don't think this is a game. When you called a 50-point victory, in the week, it's nowhere near that. It was an extremely close game. It was a game that we could have won, and that we probably should have drawn.
Yeah, but it's still. Looking back at the previous weeks, it's like we can't score, we can't get through.
No.
So look, and that's
the attack coach is Tony Brown, right?
Yeah.
So he needs to fix something. He's trying something that's not working.
Yeah.
And we're somewhere between the old style of play, earn the right to go wide, that sort of thing. Score tries from the opposition mistakes. And throwing the ball around, and I don't think that the team, it just seems like a little bit of an unhappy team to me. I think that's the bottom line. The bottom line for me is that it's just not clicking.
But unhappy with what? What do you think?
I think they're either not buying into the game plan, or they haven't drilled it enough yet to feel comfortable with the game plan.
Yeah. And you'd think that this is now year 2.
Maybe Rassie and Tony's not exactly agreeing with how they should play. And that carries over to the players. Maybe some of the players believe in a certain style and others don't, because we are sort of in some sort of transition. We're sort of in the middle somewhere of playing a certain way or adapting to a new style of play. And that's what it looks like to me. Like those clumsy mistakes. Like players running into each other and throwing their hands in the air. You don't see that. You didn't see that this morning in Australia, Argentina.
No.
Looks like 2 settled teams know exactly what they need to do, going at it hard all the time. Even New Zealand, it's so many new players that we've hardly ever heard of. It's sort of as if they're finding their feet. Remember, they lost to Argentina last week, and this wasn't a convincing win in their fortress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What positives do you see? As in, I don't want to hear like like, oh, we are generally, like, what is there light at the end of the tunnel?
Yeah, most definitely. Whatever the plan is, whatever the exact style of play is that we want to do, like that line-out thing didn't work, do away with it completely.
Yeah.
Do away with it completely.
It's like, it was a cute thing that we did for the home games, and everyone was like, ooh, this jumping.
There was
in
an
the middle of the
attacking
field.
position where we lost the ball.
Yeah. And you know what's the worst about it is there was no one in front of the ball, right? Because they don't want to create a ball, so they run round.
Yeah.
Why didn't the guy who caught the ball, Ruan Norkia, hold the ball and then run?
Yeah.
There's what irritates me is there's no thought. There's no like, okay, we need like a contingency plan. If they do this, then that. So, for instance, the scrum halves.
Yeah.
We see that we are being every single ruck. They're aggressively trying to counter ruck.
Yeah.
Take the ball out.
Yeah. There was one occasion again. The rucks were better. There was one occasion when there was absolutely no one, and they just took it off us. There's still not enough ball protection at the ruck, but that comes to style of play, because you don't have ball protection because you're committing too many players to running pods on the outside. Too many forwards, so there aren't enough forwards to protect the ball at the ruck. So that's your style of play. So we need to find the right style of play. The positive is, I think that our players are definitely good enough. We're one or two selections away from finding our best 15. Jan-Hendrik Wessels.
I want to say, like I don't want to make this about the Bulls because we are Bulls fans, but Jan-Hendrik Wessels, Wilco Low. I thought Ruan Norkia, apart from that blunder,
Sasha when
well.
he came on, things just started happening.
Yeah. We do need an eighth man though.
We definitely need an eighth man, and I'm sorry, Sia's our captain, then he either has to play 6, but then that eighth man has to be a fetcher, because that's how Sia could be in the team as a 6 without being a clear out and out fetcher up until now, because Brian Vermeulen was there, and we had fetchers all across the park, the Kanyu and we're lacking in stealing the opposition ball.
Yes. Where before we had Malcolm Marx.
We stole way more balls. Malcolm Marx is low on confidence. So when things start clicking, when you get a big win, if this was an away win, your next game will be better.
Yeah.
And you will decide, okay, we want to do it like this. Let's sort out the lineouts, this and that. And also backing players, sticking with players. Decide more or less what your core is and stick to that, and give those players confidence that they can grow into their positions. And if that means bringing in a few young guys to do that, that's what we need to do.
Can we say something about Vai? I thought he had an outstanding game.
Yeah.
I don't know if I just saw him a lot because he kept clapping every time they stole a ball or won a or we knocked the ball on, but like there was one crucial steal that he made in the second half.
Yeah.
And like in his work in the lineouts and his just general play across the field, he really played.
He's definitely good. He's been
we
around
saw last
for a
year
while
already.
now. Yeah. A very typically New Zealand mobile lock forward. Yeah,
yes.
Very, very good. I actually think the two teams are in more or less the same position. I think if this game was in South Africa, we would have won, and we would have won narrowly. And there were would have been two guys sitting in New Zealand saying exactly the same things that we are saying now. That we are just that little bit short of where we need to be. And I think it's just that transition of phasing out the old and bringing in the new. With all the injuries we have and stuff, it's just not clicking the way it's supposed to. And I think that's where we're falling short.
Look, one thing that I will say in our favour is we've had many years. Think back now to 2021 and 2022. The 2022 was the year before the World Cup.
Yeah.
Where we lost to the All 22. We lost to the All Blacks at Ellis Park.
Yeah.
We lost to Australia away and then won the following week. That sort of thing. We just. And maybe we're trying stuff and it's just this in between World Cups weirdness. So let's not lose all hope.
No, I'm not losing hope at all. I just hope that they can see what we see and that they can find a style of play that works for South African rugby players.
And find depth.
and find depth, and the depth needs to come in and needs to play,
Yeah.
because that's a big complaint as well, that we look tired and we look old. And when those fresh legs came on, it looked amazing.
It looked actually pretty good.
Yeah, that's what changed the game.
That's
Thinking of it.
Kwagga's try. He scrummed through them and then took their ball.
Kwagga shouldn't start.
No.
Kwagga should always come off the bench.
He's
He's an impact player.
Yes.
He
must stop this.
always makes a change.
Yeah.
Change when he comes. He can't be a starter
No.
at 8th man. Sia, I thought his work rate was very good. It's just that South African style 8th man gets you over the advantage line and makes proper meters.
Maybe
We're not seeing
Visa's
that.
coming back next weekend.
Visa currently is our best option there.
Yeah.
But then what do you do with Sia?
Remember, Visa's also not a fetcher, like a fetching.
Exactly.
eighth man. No.
What do you do with our current Springbok captain?
You probably have to then play Kwagga, unfortunately, who is a fetcher.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, Marco van Staden will stay at
He'll probably
6.
stay at 6, yeah.
And Gasper will come in at 8 and Pieter Steftoy at 7. Sia's going to have to sit out. He's going to have to sit
Or
this
bomb
play
squad
out.
it.
Bomb squad it.
Yeah.
Okay, not doom and gloom, but
Doom and gloom, but the
we're
disappointment.
disappointed. Yeah.
I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed.
Yeah. Okay, cheers.